The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still waters. Him leadeth I in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I. Unu prepare a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of me. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we groma be atela e exact beer tana istalin abashante shante shante shante kadama we groma be atela e. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and they may save. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negusto Daniel Ama. Komaya Sataya. Aimana Pio Aya. Kadamawe Grumabe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and every time it rests on the fire, there is something delicious, something nutritious cooking. Today, I'm going to serve you a dish that is so sumptuous, the African dish. This is the black pot, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we don't do politics, we do Pan-Africanism, we do patriotism. Hear me now. We normally don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. My brother, my sister, this is the black pot, and today we have heavy issues to deal with. Let me start with this one that I've decided to title Ghana Army Angry Over Stolen Land. Oh my God. Ghana Army Angry Over Stolen Land. My brother, my sister, how many of us remember Governor Sir Alan Burns? He was a governor of the Gold Coast, right? And how many people remember that some Gold Coast soldiers went all the way in the name of the Gold Coast Regiment to fight the Second World War? My brother, my sister, in the Second World War, they went through a lot of atrocities. Some of them came back alive and others remained on the battlefield, as is known with every war. My brother, my sister, they served the British. They took a journey all the way from this beautiful country today called Ghana, went through Sierra Leone. Some of them went through all the way to India. Some did not return, but a few of them came back. Remember, the Gold Coast Regiment had a lot of other soldiers from other parts of West Africa and even beyond. Some came from Togo and some other places to join in this debacle. My brother, my sister, when they returned, they were supposed to be housed. In 1944, Governor Sir Alan Burns decided that he would be the first patron of the VAG, aka the VAG, or better still, the Veterans Association of Ghana. Today it is called the Veterans Administration Ghana. My brother, my sister, and it houses over 20,000 beneficiaries, families, and family members of veterans who fought in the Second World War. My brother, my sister, how were they going to be housed? From 1944, when Governor Alan Burns became the patron, it took them all the way to 1950, where the Lastoul decided to donate an 8-acre piece of land. Today is located around the Opebia, just after the Opebia building. The next place where we have that vast piece of land, 8 acres of land, my brother, my sister, was donated by the Lastoul for the veterans to settle. Now, my brother, my sister, now they were supposed to settle there, and the land had some buildings on it, and some of the veterans were in there. Unfortunately, in 2006, they had to be resettled. Achampong had built some very beautiful, edifice right there around Amasaman. And these people, the veterans, were supposed to be moved there to go and resettle in 2006. So they moved and got resettled around Amasaman. And In 2006, there was a man who came up, and he was the one who supposedly caused the veterans to be resettled, and he was Dr. Ano. Now, we all remember Dr. Ano to be the very first CEO of the NHIS under Nana Akufo-Addo. Now, of course, we also remember him as one portion of Ano and Associates. My brother, my sister, and that's him right here. Now, Dr. Ano came forward, and what did Dr. Ano say? He approached the VAG to be allowed to develop the piece of land. And the agreement was that they were going to build 5 stories for the VAG so that they would use those buildings to house some offices and also to go into some commercial activities. 5 stories. And in exchange, Dr. Ano was supposed to have half of the land. So if it's 8 acres, he would have 4 acres, and 4 acres will be used to build 5-story buildings for commercial activities of the VAG. 2006. My brother, my sister. Now from 2006, when all the veterans and their families were resettled in Amasaman, Dr. Ano failed to build the 5-story buildings. Hear me now. Now, somewhere around 2006, when this did not happen, the army decided to come forward to ask Dr. Ano to make happen his promise. My brother, my sister, in 2008, hear what happened. Dr. Ano decided to partition the land, the 8-acre land, so 4 apart. You understand? And then he went into it and sold, allegedly, one portion of it to Dream Realities, headed by one Najil. He's supposed to be a Lebanese. One Najil. My brother, my sister. Now, when he sold one portion of the land to Najil, the other portion, we were told he also sold that to Independence Properties. And Independence Properties is actually owned by his wife. Independence Properties has the CEO as Dr. Ano's wife. So that means all 8 acres gone. Now the army came forward angry. At the same time, the Layut also came out very angry in 2008 and wanted their piece of land. But interestingly, Dr. Ano in 2010, 4 years after acquiring the property for development, decided to take some interesting people to site and even cut sword for the commencement of the 5-story building. And who were the people who were sent to site? Hey, they included the top hierarchy of the military, including the defense minister at that time, Joseph Henry Smith. And of course, some management members of the VAG 2010. Now, when they got there, investigations showed that the land actually had been sold out by Dr. Ano to Najil of Dream Realities. In fact, Najib came out and he said the land, part of it was his. Now the other one belonged to Independence Properties, whose CEO was Dr. Ano's wife. So Dr. Ano allegedly sold all acres of government land donated by the allodial owners, Lastul, to 2 parties. Now the army got angry. They contacted the present-day defense minister, Nitiwul. Yes, Nitiwul. And Nitiwul invited Najil and some other, members, And what happened? Najil did not present himself, but rather he presented a certain, what was it? Document from which other person? An interesting personality that every Ghanaian knows. My brother, my sister. He presented a document all the way from, what's his name? Bevlolate. Yes, Bevlolate. And this document showed that he was supposed to develop the land. But the allodial owners would not understand. That's the last tool. I mean, what does Bevlolate have to do with the land donated by the allodial owners? I'm talking about the last tool. And it went into a big problem. Nitsul was not able to handle it. Then all of a sudden, my brother, my sister, some interesting things happened. Only in 2021, last year, a letter came from the presidency signed by Nana Asante Bediatu. He signed a letter. And the letter he signed, interestingly, oh my brother, my sister, warned the Veterans Administration Ghana to stay away from the land because the land was now in private hands. So my brother, my sister, from government land all the way in 1950, before the independence of this great country, all of a sudden the government land has become private lands. My brother, my sister. So we ask ourselves, what is the problem? What are we going through? It looks like these days people are just grabbing land left, right, and center. Are we safe? Is there a problem? Hey, my brother, my sister, at that time, the executive director, in fact, of VAG, decided that he would not sit down and watch this. So he went forward to fight for the land. And it got published all over in the media, including the Daily Graphic. Yes, he was called Chris Nutako, Colonel Chris Nutako. He fought very hard to be able to get the land back. Unfortunately, Chris Nutako was not able to continue like that, and then he passed on. When he passed on, in fact, he was succeeded by Captain Ben Edmond Dua. And they continue to fight for the land. But as it stands right now, it looks like the powers that be from the presidency are stronger than the will of the people. Now, I placed a call to Najil to ask him to tell me exactly his interest in the land, whose allodial owners are the Lastul people. And he told me the matter is in court. And please, I cannot answer. I placed another call to Dr. Ano. It went unanswered. Placed another call to Nana Asante Bediatu. No answer. My brother, my sister, we are going to continue going into this. But what is the problem? Why is it that lands are being taken up? Every day when you wake up, somebody has taken land. Land that belonged to the people of Ghana are now all getting into private hands. Hey, let's go into the Ashanti region. It looks like something else is happening there. In the Ashanti region, watch. Government gives over 400 acres of military other state land to Asante Hene. And when you check it up, it happened only last year, 2021. And look, this one, my brother, my sister, is neck-breaking. About 409 acres of land, all given to the Asante Hene, revested from state hands into the hands of Asante Hene to be held for the stool and the people of the Ashanti. My brother, and if you look at that area, the Danyami area there, including the military lands and all the lands around there. In fact, remember recently there was a man who built a certain wall across the road because he said it was his piece of land and people were encroaching on that. Hey, my brother, my sister, all those pieces of land are included. Asante Hene has been given 409 acres of government property. Now somebody would ask, so what is the problem? Now the problem is simple. Asante Hene can now give the land that belongs to the government to private developers to go out there and develop. What were those lands held down for? Those lands, what were they held for? If these were government lands, how come all of a sudden they are given to the Asante Hene to be held for the stool? My brother, my sister, private developers can now come in. What was the original mind of holding the land? Is it the time to share lands around? Is this government trying, my brother, my sister, to sell out the whole country or what? Now, my very good brethren, Captain Smart, also blew up something. In fact, he blew the whistle over the weekend, what did Captain Smart say? He said, over 9 acres of ACHİMOTA forest owned by a minister. And that's Captain Smart alleging, and you can see Crede Japan in there. Now, according to the report, Crede Japan, who has been fighting all this while to be seen as an anti-corruption person, himself has some pieces of land. In fact, about 9 acres of land inside the ACHİMOTA forest that is supposed to be a forest reserve. My brother, my sister, what is happening? Why is it that government is losing lands to individuals? Land that belonged to the Veterans Association of Ghana, which became Veterans Administration Ghana, now is going into private hands. Now the army is struggling and fighting. As you saw in that report by the graphic, army strikes again, my brother, my sister. And when the army keeps striking and striking and striking, this is an old newspaper reclaiming land sold to private developers. It was carried in the Daily Graphic. If Bevlolate actually gave the power to Najil of Dream Reality Estates, a Lebanese man, to go ahead and develop the land, what was the power Bevlolate had? Number two, if Asante Bediatio has also signed under the presidency and the powers of the presidency to release the land into private hands and warn the VAG from going onto the land, and you can see it. This is what Asante Bediatio put out. My brother, my sister, warning the VAG, the veterans, from going onto the land. What's the problem? Are they taking all our land? What should we do? My brother, my sister, your guess is as good as mine. We're going to follow this story until it cracks open solidly well. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. Another thing I want to look at is entitled ACHÍMOTA Forest No More Useful. ACHÍMOTA Forest No More Useful. Hey. Now there's a new political party in Ghana. They call it the LPG. No. That's not liquefied petroleum gas. No. LPG is simple. Liberal Party Ghana. Liberal Party Ghana. Hallelujah. And the man who is supposed to be the flag bearer of this party is known as Kofi Akpaloo. Now this is Kofi Akpaloo. Kofi Akpaloo has said something that we have to look at. What has Kofi Akpaloo said? Leader of the LPG. ACHÍMOTA Forest has outlived its usefulness. Build a great city in there. So this is the man who wants to be president. And he's telling you that ACHÍMOTA Forest is no more useful. And what is his reason? When you read the whole story, he gives only one reason. That people have encroached on some portions of the land. And for that matter, that has made the whole land useless for its original purpose. And for that matter, this land must be broken down and a big city built on it. Hallelujah. My brother, this is not a man who is supposed to be president of this country. He does not understand what it means to say environmental degradation. He does not understand what it means to say nature. He does not understand what it means to say concrete jungle. He does not understand the idea and the philosophy behind parks, gardens, and reserves. My brother, my sister, hey, the day the last tree dies, the last human being would have long been gone. Hey, about 70% of the ACHÍMOTA Forest Reserve is gone. And this is bright sea months. What do? I wish that Kofi Akpaloo would have said, let us grab back the land and make sure that the forest reserve that we reserved ACHÍMOTA Forest for will be brought back into use. But as a presidential candidate, the flag bearer of a new party, if you truly want support from well-meaning Ghanaians, you have lost that support. You want the ACHİMOTA forest to become a concrete jungle, to become a city. My brother, my sister, instead of encouraging preservation of nature, instead of encouraging serenity, look around Accra. Where can you find forest reserves? Where can you even find parks and gardens? Take a walk around 37 military hospital there. The so-called parks and gardens. My brother, go in there, you would only find pots. Flower pots without the flowers. You would find land that is as dry as the Sahara Desert. Yet people are in there and they are being paid for taking care of the so-called parks and gardens. Where are the gardens? Let alone the parks. A4 Sutherland Park. The other day I went there. My brother, my sister, there was no park at all. Snakes and lizards had taken over the whole place. Goats and sheep were those running around. No green grass, nothing. No seats to even sit on. So why do you name such a deadly place after a great heroine of this country, A4 Sutherland? Do we have any respect for serenity at all? Can we live in a perfect harmony with nature or a near perfect harmony with nature? All we think about is building concrete jungles where we can hide under some roof and claim that we are okay. Now, what is making America America is because of the greens. So many people travel to these great countries not because they want to go look at buildings, but also they want to go enjoy some nature. Now, if Africa has nothing at all, we have proper nature, animals and plants, flora and fauna. But if people like Kofi Akpalu are advocating the destruction of the forest and be replaced with nothing but concrete jungles, then I beg to differ that these are not presidential materials. These are not people who understand nature. These are not people who understand serenity. These are not people who understand a walk through the park. My brother, my sister, as it stands now, I am hurt by this remark. Once in a while, I walk into the ACHİMOTA forest. And when I go there, what do I look for? I look for nothing but serenity. I pick up a few herbs. Sometimes I chew some of them. Sometimes I just sit down and enjoy fresh breeze. Is it not beautiful that in the melee of the city, in the whole confusion of the city, there is somewhere in the heart of the city at ACHİMOTA where you can go in and enjoy some fresh breeze and enjoy nature? Now you want to turn that also into your confusion. My brother, my sister, when will this land grabbing stop? When would we be able to come out as conservationists, conserve our land, and make sure that our land serves the people? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. When I return, we have more to talk about. But in the interim, I have a quote for you, and this quote talks about the forest and the conservation of nature. Skipper Ja. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now let's look at something that I've decided to title Source of Wealth Law in Ghana. Source of wealth law in Ghana. My brother, my sister, we don't have any such law in Ghana. And that is terrible. There is no developing country, my brother, my sister, that can consider itself developed without the source of law, the source of wealth law applying. May I break it down? My brother, my sister, in our country, it doesn't matter where your wealth is from, people would worship you. There's no accountability. So we carry this all the way around. And all we do is to call ourselves businessmen. In Ghana, every thief says he's a businessman. In Ghana, when people do not want to be accountable and responsible to tell you how they make their wealth, they just tell you that they are businessmen. In Ghana, another name for thievery is businessman. Galamsey people are called businessmen. Thieving people all over the place in politics are businessmen. If they cannot explain their wealth, they tell you that, well, aside being a politician, I am also a businessman. And we see them night and day. Now, former Attorney General Daniel Domelevu, who was hounded out of office by the Nana Addo administration because he spoke the truth and he held everybody responsibly accountable. You want to hear it again? He held everybody responsibly accountable. There was probity. Daniel Domelevu became one of the best attorney generals that we had. He turned the office from a white elephant into a gray elephant. All the areas that looked gray, he made sure that he put in something that made everything visible so that there was transparency. The glass ceiling was broken under Daniel Domelevu, and the smoke screen, my brother, my sister, was shattered so that we will be able to see things fili, geni, gawuta, ganama. Domelevu says, why Ghana urgently needs source of wealth law. And watch it. Former Auditor General, did I say Attorney General? I beg your pardon. Former Auditor General Daniel Yao Domelevu wants a new law that will compel the state to conduct a lifestyle audit of Ghanaians. My brother, why is Domelevu saying this? When you read this account, you realize that Sir John, his ghost, has been able to turn this country around. We all suspected in the past, and we knew, it was common knowledge, that a lot of politicians are thieves. Criminals using the pen and paper. But they would always ask you to bring the evidence. And once you were not there at the time they were stealing, you couldn't provide any evidence, and they always went scot-free, jailing honest people and criminals and thieves walking free. That is why in our jailhouses, it's only people who are most innocent that are in there. The crazy thieves are those who are walking around free of charge. Domelevu says we need a law that would spell out where our wealth is coming from to be accounted for. Is it not wise? In the church, the man sitting down there and calling himself an elder is a cocaine trafficker. In the church, sometimes the pastor is only using the church as a blindfold. He's using it as a smoke screen. But what really he does, my brother, my sister, if I told you, you'll be shocked. He's into human trafficking. Some of them are even into drug businesses. Hard drugs. Some of them, my brother, my sister, are even pimps. who carry women abroad and sell them out for money. Yet when they bring the money home, nobody asks them, oh, your tithes, how did you get your money? Tell me one church in Ghana that would require you to tell them where you got your money from to come. No, the heavier your tithe, the better. In fact, they don't even care if you bring them all your salary. They are not thinking about the welfare of the church members, are they? No. Hey, when you take all your salary to the church, add your wife's salary to it, add your children's salary to it, and go and say tithe, they won't ask you, how much do you earn? What work do you do? Declare. I can even go further and tell you, listen, if the man even goes out and says, hey, Osofo, pastor, you know what? In fact, I sell drugs to make money. And I want to support the church. But I need you to pray for me and bless me so that I will not be caught in my drug business. The pastor will pray for you, fast for you, so you can sell more drugs and bring him money, true or false. Choose any church in Ghana. Choose any church in Nigeria. And tell me that what I'm saying would not apply to 99% of all the churches. Tithe. They don't care how much you earn. They say you should pay how much? 10%, right? And 10%, when you take it, could they sit down and calculate it properly with you? Could they even find out whether truly you earn this money the genuine way? Hey, how many pastors would even be angry that on your way to the church, you saw an old woman who was dying, and the tithe that you were supposed to bring to the church, you decided to use that to take the old woman to hospital and even pay for the old woman's medication. Instead of clapping for you, they will tell you to go and bring the tithe. That's your personal thing. Now God needs your money. You have used your money for some personal thing. Bring the church's tithe. True or false? True or false? Dom Levo is asking a simple question. Can we have the source of wealth law in Ghana? Thieving ghost, dirty ghost, Sir John, died and he had almost half of Ghana. Teak plantation in where? Rubber plantation where? 15-story buildings where? Lands in forest reserves and reserved areas, government of Ghana property. Carrying workers of government to his private Galamsey gold mine. He owned guns and he owned investments that broke the neck of every well-thinking Ghanaian. If we had a law that will spell out how we get our wealth to be accounted for, I'm sure some of these things could be tackled. The other day I was speaking with John Benjamin, former British High Commissioner to Ghana. And he told me, Blakk Rasta, tomorrow if I come to number 5 Downing Street, is it number 10 Downing Street? Yes, number 10 Downing Street. With a brand new car, I will be investigated. The only way I can keep that car is for me to say that I won a lottery overnight. And there is a way to find out whether he actually won a lottery or not. Or better still, it was a gift. And if you do say it was a gift, they would find out from who gave you that gift, how the person got the money. That is what we mean by source of wealth law. But in our country, no. The richer you are, the best. And when people try to even investigate your source of riches, my brother, my sister, it is most terrible. They can't. People would say that you are jealous. People would say that, oh, why? When the person was poor, did you investigate him for poverty? Why is it that today he's rich and you want to investigate him for riches? You see foolishness. You see foolishness. Now, Daniel Yao Domlevo, former auditor of this land, my brother, my sister, is asking us to come out with a law that will deal with the source of wealth. And people are asking, at the same time, we have to also question the source of poverty. Hey, let's make some sense here. My brother, my sister, of course, if this was a serious country, we should be able to find out why people are poor. Where is the minimum wage? Where is the employment? Nobody deserves to be poor. The government must be very, very, very, very much concerned about the poor. My brother, my sister, that is why poor people in America and England come into this country and they are millionaires. You know why? Because poverty in America is like being rich in this country. Can we also find out the source of the poverty? And if we are able to find out the source of the poverty, nobody will be poor in Ghana. You know why? The source of poverty in Ghana is the thieving politicians who are stealing money and are not ready to account. The source of poverty of the ordinary African is all because of corruption headed by no other people but the politicians. If politicians, my brother, my sister, own up and encourage the source of wealth law, there won't be poverty in Africa anymore. The biggest thieves who are draining our coffers are the dirty politicians we have voted into power. And once they are in power, they look down on us and insult us. How many people think I'm not making sense? Hey! Daniel Yawo Domlevo says, let us enact a law that will deal with the source of wealth. If we are able to do that, there will not be poverty. Because those who are making us poor are those the law is going to deal with. I wasn't supposed to be poor, but I am poor because the food that I should eat has been taken away by another man who is already belly full and is keeping it to eat tomorrow for his generation to come and eat the next. So those who need it now don't get it. They are dying because of the stealing. My brother, my sister, I won't prolong this. All I want to say is that Daniel Yawo Domlevo, you've been one of the best. We have a dirty president who chased you out. But chasing you out has haunted him so much. And now he has been exposed and made naked by the thievery surrounding him. We thank you for what you did. In the interim, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. When we return, the fire will blaze on. I have two more issues to deal with. More fire! Fire!
Luxury home, it's a beauty place for every woman. We do braids, wave caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. We do nail training here. We do braids training. We do wave caps installation. We do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
My sister Paulina and a day after.
You can't seminar. You better free. Abu's chapter.
Hey, babe! Sister Paulina, we're reading glasses here, China, Hebrews.
Hey! Madam!
Majenkwani. Tina Tet Hayan Herbal Capsule. A drawing Tina Berwati Semi. Me ready a mention glasses. Obroni Bessie. See clear.
Hey, no crow. Tina-Tet Hayan Herbal Capsules. A full supplement for good vision and not recommended for children below 12 years, asthmatic patients, pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
A drawing who baby atwa. Got Tina-Tet Herbal Shop. Hey, now what way? Tina-Tet Hayan.
See clear!
There's river on the long days. The moon shines brighter in the darkness, and the time is free. I know the strong days. Yeah.
Diana Wright, first of all, is a Jamaican. Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I was born in a little parish, a beautiful little parish called Clarendon, outside of Kingston. Everybody knows Kingston, but Clarendon is where I come from. I am a singer, I am an author, I am a songwriter, I am a poetess, and I am an actress. Right? I do the whole, I've been doing it for many, many years. And so basically that's who I am. I'm anything art, everything art. That's me. You think art and you think Diana. Yeah. I do reggae music, I do inspirational music, I do cultural music, I do gospel, if you call it gospel. You know, I just do uplifting, clean music. Even the 12-year-old can listen to it. You know, or the adult, if you feel like it needs some motivation or so. The kind of music I do will really, you know, motivate you, and that's basically what I do, reggae predominantly. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, you know, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on that, you know, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so you're crippled, you don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor and can't take care and that is no good. not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. They just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, don't you move in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation with no sand.
Bed of Roses is available to the public on our platform called 16 Bars Multimedia. So on the website it will be the 16BARS M.com. So that is 16barsmm.com. Definitely. I am available for live performances any day of the week. So you can contact me first of all, you can reach out to me on my Instagram as Empress Diana, and my Diana has 2 N's. So that's Empress, which is DIANNA. So that's Empress Diana, that's my IG. And also, you can send me a link or something on our YouTube. Our YouTube is the same name of our website, 16 Bars Multimedia. We have lots of work there. You can reach us there, and also you can reach us at 16barsmm@outlook.com. So that is 16. This time it's the word all spelled out. 16barsmm@outlook.com. And if you choose, when you go on our website, which is the same 16barsmm.com, you can go to the contact page and send us a message. You understand? And usually we respond within a couple of hours. All right. So that's basically it. And I'm sure at the end of this, you will have a number somewhere to contact us. All right. So that's it. That's what I do. And keep the music locked. Yes, I bless.
Nice little ranch down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come and say, don't you move in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation with no sand.
Go on, Skipper George. Blackpot, Cuckoo Show, man.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. Yes, I bless. Beautiful piece of music. I love this one, and I play it every day. I can play like 20 times. Make sure you stream it, and make sure that you contact, the management of Diana Wright and book her up for concerts and all that, and you will never ever regret it. Good performer, good music. Yeah, we're also sponsored by the Caricatures of Tina Natural Health Center, the House of Quality Herbal Medicines, malaria, typhoid fever, jaundice, eye issues, and also, yeah, if you're a woman and you need your heavens to be cleaned good and you keep it tighter, that's it. You got to go get the Tinated Venicare. Thank you so much. Pick up their numbers on the screen and call them and go get what is meant for you. We also sponsored by Shake. Luxury Beauty Home. Yeah, so much services you can get from there. There's no ugly person. You just walk in there, and no matter how you look, they'll make you look your best. And when you come out, everybody watching you. Hey, you want to go for an interview, or there's a nice guy in the area you want to catch? This is the opportunity to go straight up to Chic Luxury and then get yourself fixed. Oh, they do natural twist and locks. They also, do massage, waxing, lashes. Yeah, they have their personal care chic products as well. They do pen cuts, wigs, and braids. They have a special pergola. You sit down there and get fresh air, and then you get your Goldilocks put on you. Yeah, pick up their numbers on the screen and call them. They're located right here in Accra, Adas of Wache, Akwabua Loop, Adringano Road. Thank you so much for, supporting the show, Speaking Truth to Power. My name is Blakk Rasta, and this is the Blakk Pot. And if you want to eat some good catfish, grilled catfish, those of you who love to eat, quality catfish, all right? So this one, you point to kill. You know what we mean, point to kill? Yes, you see the catfish swimming, and then you choose the one you want. It will be weighed, and then to be grilled nicely for you, depending on how you want it to be grilled. We can also suggest things for you. Yeah. So they are located right there on the Spintex Road near the American Washing Bay and Texpo. Pick up their numbers and go get your grilled catfish. Thanks so much for supporting us. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, speaking truth to power. We don't do politics, we do patriotism. Hey! Next thing I want to look at is something I've decided to title Ministry of Education Fingered in a 1.2 million fraud. My brother, my sister, the Minister of Education is Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. He was living elsewhere in the world, according to him, and he came to Ghana, and according to him, he didn't come here to be involved in fraud. But it looks like there's a fraudulent thing happening around his ministry. Now, the World Bank voted 1.2 million American dollars for teacher training. Our teachers are always on strike. My brother, my sister, COVID-19 came and everybody was thrown out of gear. The World Bank decided to give out 1.2 million American dollars to help train teachers. Now, according to the reports that we have, the Minister of Education kept the money aside and rather said that the training had been done and demanded the money from World Bank. World Bank wanted to see the training first before sending in the money. Minister did not do the training, but rather demanded for the money. Yes, the money was sent. But after some time, the World Bank checked it up and realized that, it looked like there was some bad deal happening somewhere. And what happened? The World Bank decided to contact the GES, Ghana Education Service. They are related. Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service. And watch it. Education Minister will be summoned in connection with 1.2 million phantom scandal. And that's Dr. Apak. Now, unbeknownst to the Minister of Education, the World Bank had already contacted the GES to find out if the training had been done. And the training was not done. But the money was not accounted for. And now, the Minister of Education is singing another song. He said, I didn't come here to be fraudulent. The money is sitting in the account of the ministry. Watch, I will never do that. I did not come to this country to do that. Education Minister denies misapplying 1.2 million. So why did he allegedly lie to the World Bank that the training had been done when the training had not been done and taking the money? How come he didn't know that the World Bank had written a letter to the GES trying to find out if the training had been done? My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, the World Bank seems to be angry, even though there's a lot of denials around. The whole World Bank is not angry. And if the World Bank is angry, the country could be blacklisted, as put out by My Joy Online. Watch. Napo reacts to 1.2 million World Bank cash controversy. And he said during his tenure of office, there was nothing like this. But yes, now there is something like that. COVID-19 came. They had to send some money to train teachers. Teachers in this country are one of the most badly treated teachers in the world. My brother, my sister, we're going to follow up this story, and by all means, we will crack it at the end of it all. Final story I would like to look at before I leave you. Remember, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now, what we want to look at right now is about marriages breaking apart. Marriages breaking apart. And what are these marriages we're talking about? My brother, my sister, these marriages are marriages that are supposed to be, you know, in KUMAWOOD. What is KUMAWOOD? Kumasi Hollywood. Kumasi Movie Makers. And this one I've titled KUMAWOOD'S From Grass to Grace Divorces. And recently, we are beginning to hear more about how actors start very, very humbly with women, and when they rise to a certain point, they divorce the women. Now, we all saw what happened to Ejako, Alex Kofi Edu. We all know what happened to him. He got married. He was with this woman. They were sleeping in kiosks, according to the woman, at Agboblochi Market. making babies in the kiosk. And when he had his breakthrough in KUMAWOOD, made a lot of money, became so well known, he divorced the woman. And the woman said, up till now, she doesn't know why. My brother, my sister, as if that was not enough, he traveled out of this country and got married to a Ghanaian living abroad. It looked like he had been inspired, or better still, he had inspired some other KUMAWOOD people to do same. Another person following his heels was this same person known as Kojon Cancer Lil Wayne. Now Lil Wayne is an actor so many people love in Ghana. I love him too. When he acts, I can break my ribs with laughter. Lil Wayne got married. Humbly, he was carrying corpses from one village to the other. People who died in villages, they called him and he went there to carry the corpses, take them to the hospital on his head, sometimes on a bicycle or even a motorbike. He said this himself. Now the woman that he struggled with from the beginning, he just divorced the woman. Watch. Lil Wayne's ex-wife reacts after he marries, calls him an opportunist. Now, after Lil Wayne made money, according to this woman, he decided to divorce her. And up till now, she doesn't understand. Now, she said she saw a number of women sending naked or nude photographs to her husband. But she couldn't say anything because she wanted to keep her marriage. She had 3 children with Lil Wayne. She kept it until Lil Wayne decided to send her away. And when she went away, Lil Wayne also went outside the country and married a Ghanaian out there, just like his mentor, Ejako. My brother, moving away from KUMAWOOD, we have seen how the so-called grass to grace divorces cause problems. Look at Sir John's will. People suspect that this will was allegedly revealed by his wife, who Sir John left nothing for, but left everything for his nephews and other family members. But the woman he began life with gave her nothing. And the woman is in court right now trying to get something out of it. We all remember Eugene Ayin, the same thing. From grass to grace, he tried to divorce his wife and boom, they ended up in court. And she also revealed how much allegedly stolen wealth her husband had, and she got half of it. Up till now, nobody has been punished in that regard. Sir John, Eugene Ayin, nobody. Nana Addo is just encouraging thievery, encouraging corruption in the interim. Please take care of your wives. I don't want to play holier than thou or moralize it on anyone. But if you don't treat the women good, hey, they can reveal things that will mess you up. My name is Blakk Rasta. It's been the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we are live on Pan-African TV, also live on Loud Silence TV, live on Ghana Web TV. We are also live on Black Empire TV. We are also on YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. And our Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Remember, we are also on social media. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. Follow us, Blakk Empire Media, and get the latest updates in the interim. The name Blakk Rasta. More fire! Fire! Ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya, ya. Booyaka! Booyaka!